I'd like to talk about commitment, which to many people can sound like an unattractive word, but really it's commitment that allows transformation to happen, both in your own sexual experience and also in your relationship. So, as in all Tantra, really, that process of commitment starts with yourself. It starts with making a commitment to yourself. And that's a theme that we look at in our Tantra trainings around self-love. It's often a lot easier to make time to have a date with a beloved, to hang out with friends, social arrangements, work commitments, family occasions. It can be a lot easier to establish and consolidate time with others than it can be to really give oneself individual time just for you. And that can sound a bit odd, a bit decadent, a bit strange, but actually it's an opportunity for nourishing yourself if you spend some time, if you create a date just to be with you. How would it be to create a date to be with yourself once a week? And in that date you could do something lovely, like have a luxurious bath. You could listen to some music. You could also gently caress your skin and awaken your sensuality, your sensitivity. You could engage in some Tantra meditations to allow your sexual energy to flow through your body, to allow your vibrancy to become more alive, and therefore you become more joyful, you become more attractive. So the foundation of commitment starts with yourself, and from there I want to talk about commitment in a relationship. So often couples come to me and they say, well, I can commit to him, I can commit to her if. There are lots of conditions placed upon the relationship, which in some ways is fair enough. However, I'd like to also put forward the other possibility, which is that you commit to the relationship, and then within that you together commit to transformation. Because the commitment in a relationship creates a container, and within that container there's a capacity to let go and allow the relationship to evolve, allow new things to happen. Whilst there's always the threat of it ending, if one partner were to do that, if one partner were to do that, it's less safe for change to happen, because change necessarily involves something being different in the couple. So that doesn't mean you have to put up with things in a relationship that are absolutely against your principles. Not at all. You can set parameters within which your commitment is determined, so you can set up a relationship contract. This applies equally to couples who are married to those who are not, because although couples who are married have committed to being together, very, very, very often I find they haven't committed to how they intend to be together. What are the parameters within which their relationship will operate? So usually there's an agreement of monogamy. That's something that a lot of couples find important and critical to their relationship, fair enough. Then how will they deal with conflict? Conflict will arise in a relationship. How is that addressed? They might set out, for example, in a relationship contract, they might set out ways by which conflict will be addressed and principles that they will engage in. They might also have intentions. So my intention in this marriage is to come back to a sense of contact with you, to a place where we can be in relationship. So anyway, a lot of marriages often don't have a contract that's this explicit, and one of the things we look at in Tantra is creating explicit contracts for couples, and that can also include the length to which the contract will apply. So that doesn't have to be for life. It can be for a year, for example. I commit to you for a year, and in this year this is how we're going to engage in our relationship. And just by creating that container, magic can happen. In the ongoing training I run, called my Deep Diving into Diamond Light Tantra training, a whole group of people, 20-something people, couples and individuals alike, commit to roughly 7 months of Tantra. So that includes 4 long residential units, 4 integration days, and various home play and interactions in between. And in that alchemical crucible, amazing things can happen that could never happen without that containment. People who have been in stuck relationships can find the way to help move them forward in ways they'd never imagined. Couples in committed marriages have found depths of loving that they didn't know existed. Individuals have healed history of sexual abuse, of bad relationships, of pain regarding sex, of confusion around relationships, a sense of inadequacy around the body. All of these things can be healed as long as there's containment and commitment from all concerned. A lot of people are afraid of commitment, but commitment actually is freedom. Commitment means that you can relax. Once you make that decision, in the words of Marianne Williamson, the whole universe can consolidate to support you, and you're really, really clear you've committed to something. And actually in that you can relax.